You keep imagining over and over again jumping out of an airplane and you can't figure out why you would do that.
Hey guys, it's me again. Hope you are well.
Hey there.
Today I'm going to be talking about fear. That's a bit of a lie. I'm not going to be talking about fear. Will Smith is.
Wait, what?
So let me explain. Recently I saw this interview with Will Smith. There's this one part of the interview where he talks about facing fear and how that helps to really get perspective on life. And so what I want to do today is, rather than me ramble on as per normal, maybe you like that, maybe not.
I didn't like it.
Here's the interview with Will Smith. I hope you enjoy it.
How much does fear play into preventing us from grasping perspective, though?
Oh no, fear is everything. Yeah, like if there was one concept that I would suggest to people to take a daily confrontation with, is fear. The problem with fear is that it lies, right? So fear tells you, hey, you know, if you say that to that girl, she's gonna know she has you, you know, and she'll never really be attracted to you if she knows how much you attracted to her. Don't say that. No, how we get her is when she walks by, ignore her.
Right, so
You know, it's like
pop it on your shoulder.
fear tells you dumb shit like that, right? You know, so for me, the daily confrontation with fear has become a real practice for me since about three years ago. I went skydiving in Dubai, right? And skydiving is a really interesting confront with fear, right? So I gotta stand up. I'm sorry, I gotta stand up. All right, so all your friends, what happens? You go out. I dropped my thing. Yeah. So what happens is you go out the night before and you take a drink with your friends, and somebody says, yeah, we should go skydiving tomorrow. And you go, yeah, we'll go skydiving tomorrow. Yeah, and you go, yeah, and everybody goes, yeah, right? And you go home and you by yourself. You're like, right? You're like, well, I mean, they was drunk too. Right, so maybe they not, maybe, I mean, we don't have to go, we don't have to do it. So then that night you're laying in your bed and you just keep, and you're terrified. You keep imagining over and over again jumping out of an airplane and you can't figure out why you would do that, right? And you're laying there and you have the worst night's sleep of your life, but you still have the hope that your friends were drunk, right? So you wake up the next day and you go, down and you say where you were going to meet and everybody's there. You're like, oh, shit. All right, cool. Right? So you get in the van and you don't know that your friends had the same night that you had because they're pretending like they didn't. They're like, yeah, man, my uncle's a Navy SEAL and, this is going to be great. I've been looking forward to this. And you're like, oh, my God. And your stomach is terrible. You can't eat and everything, but you don't want to be the only punk who doesn't jump out of this airplane. So you get there, and then you have this safety brief. And you're standing there, and the guys will tell you, well, if the chute doesn't open, what's going to happen is why the hell, what could happen? That the chute wouldn't open, right? So you do a thing, and what you do is your first jump, you're attached to a guy who is going, he's going to walk you out. So you go, and you get there, and there's an airplane, and nobody's stopping. Everybody's still going. So you get onto the airplane and you're sitting there and it's extra because you're sitting on some dude's lap, some stranger. You're sitting on his lap. And it's like, you trying to make small talk. Yeah, man. So you be jumping with people all the time, huh? Right? So, and then you just want to make sure, you got kids, right? You got people you need to see, right? You just want to make sure he's serious, right? So you get in there, so everything's normal. So you fly and you go up to 14,000 feet, and you notice there's a light. It's red and it's yellow and green, right? So right now the light's red. So then you start thinking at some point the light's going to go green, but you don't know what's going to happen, right? And you wait and it goes yellow and the light goes green and somebody opens the door, and in that moment you realize you've never been in a freaking airplane with the door open. Right? Terror. Oh, sorry, I'm spitting. Oh, sorry. No, terror, 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 right? So you go, and then, you know, if you were smart, you sat in the back so you don't go first, right? And then people start going out of the airplane. And you go, and the guy walks you up to the end of the thing, and you're standing and your toes are on the edge, and you're looking out down to death. And they say, on 3. And they say, 1, 2. And he pushes you on 2 because people grab on 3, right? Right? And you go, and you fall out of the airplane, and in 1 second, you realize that it's the most blissful experience of your life. You're flying, right? It doesn't feel like falling, right? It's like you actually are kind of held a little bit by the wind, and then you start falling, and there's zero fear. You realize that the point of maximum danger is the point of minimum fear. It's bliss. It's bliss, and you're flying, right? And you're doing that, and then 20 seconds, 25 seconds, 40 seconds, and you have enough time to just kind of be like, oh, shit, that's that building, I like that one. Oh, you can see the ocean, right? You start doing all of that, and the lesson for me was, why were you scared in your bed the night before? What do you need that fear for? Just don't go. Why are you scared in your bed 16 hours before you jump? Why are you scared in the car? Why could you not enjoy breakfast? What did you need that? The fear is fear of what? You're nowhere even near the airplane. Everything up to the stepping out, there's actually no reason to be scared. It only just ruins your day. You don't have to jump. And then in that moment, all of a sudden, where you should be terrified is the most blissful experience of your life. And God placed the best things in life on the other side of terror. On the other side of your maximum fear are all of the best things in life. You know? Mm-hmm. So that was sorry. So that was,
no, it's good.
That was my experience with skydiving and fear.
All right.
All right.
So practically speaking.
But I didn't like that take. I'm going to do it again. Back to the top. I can sell that better. Oh, no.
When you decide to do something like that, like how does it work practically? Do you call your wife and be like, I might be dead tomorrow.
Right. No, but that's.
But I made a drunk promise.
Yeah, I made a drunk promise. Yeah. How about this? So I jumped. I had such a mystical, powerful, spiritual experience. I flew home and got my sons, and I went back, and 10 days later, my sons jumped, right?
Yeah.
Now that was a little different. Oh, let's see, that makes me stand up, right? Because I'm scared, right? So Jaden went first, right? Jaden wants to do everything first. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, yeah, my sons are gonna have this crazy experience. And then Jaden went out of the airplane. And I was like, Then my oldest son, Trey, goes up and he goes out of the airplane. And I was like, this could potentially be the worst display of African-American parenting in history. Right. I was like, both my sons just fell out of an airplane.
Jump.
Right? Jump. Right. Because I told them to. But again, the fear again. I was like, oh my God. So I told the dude, I was like, listen, I want to see them go out, but I also want to see them land. And he's like, no, it's cool. So this time we went out and we did the straight bullet, and I just went straight down past them. Right. I was like, and he's like, good. Right, did the bullet straight past, pulled the chute late. Oh, sorry, this makes me spit. I'm sorry. Pulled the chute late, landed, and then videoed them coming down. But it was like, they had the same thing, the same experience with the fear. But that I'm telling you, the confrontation with fear is an absolute magical way of facing the things we have to do in this life. You know, forget security, live for experience.
All right.
That's pretty powerful, right? It kind of gets you.
Yes, sir, I like it.
And it really shows how when you look at things perhaps in a different way and have a different perspective on things, particularly fear, how your whole life can really change and your whole attitude towards your life can change. And I think fear is one of the things that really holds us back for doing so many things, not just skydiving like he mentioned, but so many other things, whether that's asking someone out for a date, starting a business, changing jobs, moving town, getting out of a bad relationship. There's so many things that we can just be filled with fear over, but actually going through that fear, facing that fear, as he said, the actual beauty and the amazing stuff is on the other side of that fear. I think there's something that, really powerful from that whole interview. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe down here. I'd really appreciate it. And check out my other video up here. And remember, there's so much fun stuff and stupid stuff to laugh about in life. Don't take it seriously. See you next time. Bye-bye.